This anime season, we've gotten some of the greatest stories, from heartwarming tales of Senku-san to the heart-pounding adventures of Promised Neverland. And for beautiful animation, look no farther than Fire Force or Mob Psycho 100. Yet why is it through it all that my favorite choice of summer of 2019 is one that will possibly shock you for how little it does in the form of action, yet focuses on a band of survivors? Why is my choice for summer 2019 Dr. Stone?
Wait. How can you for one moment say that Dr. Stone is the best anime when this season we've got shows like Fire Force, Finland Saga, and Demon Slayer? Hell, this anime became the poster child for Crunchyroll, and you want to give it the top rating? What are you, getting sponsored?
Okay, I'll admit, I am getting sponsored, but not by Crunchyroll. And you can check out that with a link down below to... You can all go check that out by Stealthy Stormy down below in the link for your miniature needs for your tabletop gaming to just figures in general that you want painted. For the best price and the best design, go check out Stealthy Stormy on Instagram. Links down below. And I will have videos on both those animes with my thoughts on them. So don't worry about that.
So, this isn't your choice for the best anime?
No, Dr. Stone is my favorite anime of this summer season. I know, shocking. So let's talk about the beauty of it. So for those of you who have been stuck in stone for the last year, Dr. Stone takes place 3,000 years after all of humanity has been petrified, and follows a small band of survivors as they bring back humanity to its former glory. I will say this, the premise of the story seems to be bland, and if you're basing it off of just that, I understand if you think, well, this doesn't seem like anime for me. Yet, Dr. Stone in its animation and writing gives it 10 billion%. Choosing to focus on these survivors rather than them just freeing humanity from its stone prison, where anything from the mightiest lion to the smallest bacteria can possibly and will kill them. On top of that, they have to deal with the idea of should they free everyone or should they pick and choose who they want to free. With all this together, Dr. Stone perfectly captures the emotional stakes in this story, showing these characters going through these trying times, having their morality pushed to its limits and even breaking, now that they're in this world where they can pick what's wrong and right, where they can possibly rule as gods. But before I get into that, let's talk about how Dr. Stone makes each character feel human. Just look at these scenes right here and tell me what emotions you're getting from. When you have Senku and Taiju on screen, or Taiju and Yuzuriha, heck, any of the characters in this anime, it's something you rarely see in anime in general, usually. Wide facial expressions. Yes, they still keep the over-exaggerated, JoJo-level facial expressions, but they use it where it counts. By doing simple tricks, such as cutting close up to a character's face, showing their reaction, then cutting away and showing that they haven't fully changed in the scene, to having a character actually center themselves, showing that they're in a trying situation. Or heck, even just lingering on a shot long enough for you to get a connection to this. So many anime out there decide we're going to go bing bang boom, but never keep this emotion here because they want to keep the excitement up. Yet again, life isn't all big bangs and explosions. We have somber moments, and it's so refreshing to see this in a shonen anime. Not a slice of life, in a shonen anime. It allows you to experience these characters and get a feel for their relationships without breaking the narrative flow, and it's so welcoming. Yet, animation is one thing. How does a story hold up? I'm proud to say this, the team behind Dr. Stone, the writing behind Dr. Stone, is brilliant. Look at something like the conflict they have.
You do know what you just did, don't you? That may look like a statue, but we both know you just killed a man.
Of course I know. Tell me something, Senku. Are you planning on bringing back all the greedy, black-hearted adults who ruined the world we came from? Sure, they'll be overly grateful for you after you help them out, but as soon as civilization returns, the rich and powerful will say things like, "This used to be my property, so you better start paying rent." And next they'll try collecting taxes. They'll rob the young people like us of our future all over again. We can't let that kind of world back. We live in the stone world now, a paradise that hasn't been ruined by greed. I think we should only revive the young and pure-hearted, and make sure we keep this world natural and not owned by anyone. This is our chance to purify humanity. Don't you believe me, Senku?
No, I don't. This speech didn't move me 1 millimeter. I'm the kind of guy who loves technology. I get excited by space, mechs, and Doraemon and stuff like that. I'm going to use the awesome powers of science to free every person.
In any other anime, this would be framed as Senku is the good guy and Tsukasa is the bad guy. Yet both sides have a push and pull. It's framed more as a debate than a battle of good versus evil. And also gives Tsukasa, as we slowly have his backstory unraveled during it all, sort of a possibility of getting redeemed, someone like Killmonger from Black Panther almost. Yet while he doesn't have the same charisma as that character, and you won't probably be shouting out Tsukasa is right, I don't know, you could be, but you probably won't. He does have this factor that you want to see him get redeemed. You want him to learn that life isn't all battles, and he doesn't have to stand alone like he usually does. And even for the way they write him, yes, he seems to be a jack of all trades. Yes, he's smart. Yes, he's strong. But then you realize something, that he's not as smart as Senku. He's not as powerful as Taishu. And this is where his character starts to show flaws. He's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And to look at another character, look at someone like Yuzuriha.
When one uses science to make a weapon, that's when the strongest man is no longer the most powerful. I'd say you're looking especially grumpy today, Tsukasa.
Yeah, I suppose that's an accurate way of putting it. If you go down this road of developing weapons and starting to revive the older generation, they'll begin fighting over established interests, and then we'll be right back to the tainted world we were once at. I don't mind getting my hands dirty, if that's what it takes to stop this from happening.
Nope, sorry. I guess I'm not as kind as you are. I can only look at things for being logical or illogical, so I don't care 1 millimeter what you do to that girl. There are plenty of other females to revive.
Don't try to negotiate, Senku. You never buried Yuzuriha like you should have. Your best move would have been to take her while she was still covered in stone and put her deep in the ground, somewhere in a place I couldn't find her. And if I thought of that, there is no way in hell that it never crossed your mind. But for some reason, you didn't do it. Was it for Taishu or Yuzuriha? No. I think it was for both of them. You call yourself logical, but you have precious friends to care for. I had tons of admirers, but I would never say there was someone precious to me. And because of that, this is my win.
I really appreciate the haircut. It will be a lot easier to care for in this world. Please, Don't give him the recipe, Senku. As long as he doesn't know how to make it himself, he'll have no choice but to let you live. He can't kill you. I'm not important at all, but you have to survive. For everybody's sake, to make sure that they have a future.
The revival fluid is a combination of nitric acid and alcohol. The ratio is 30% fluid to 70% alcohol, and if you're off by a few points, the reaction won't happen. So test it out on a swallow feather.
Thank you, Senku. And now I don't have any reason to let you live. Again, in any other anime, this would be the Sakura. This would be the token female character they put in there. She's a damsel in distress. She can't do anything. Yet, when it all comes down to there, she will willingly protect her friends if that means she's giving up her own life. Altogether, they make every character in this anime feel useful. They feel like they have a purpose and not that they're just here for window dressing or just for a fun comedic moment. And I'm so excited for where it's coming next. But with all that together, I will say this. Dr. Stone is the most human anime we've gotten this year. From the facial expressions to the character dialogue, this anime feels organic. It feels natural. Never tossing the narrative flow out of whack by tossing in a strange flashback or fight scene, choosing to use those as... So with all that being said, guys, I will say this. If you're not watching Dr. Stone now, you are missing out on one of the most human anime of this year. And again, if you have seen Dr. Stone and didn't like it, maybe because you saw only the first episode or first 2 episodes, go watch it again. Tell me what you thought of it. If you haven't seen it and just tired of the ads, go check out this anime. You can watch it now on Crunchyroll for the sub version, and for the dub version, you can go check out Funimation streaming service. Personally, I use both, and the English dub and sub are amazing. So, with that being said, guys, go check out our sponsor with the link down below, and while you're down there, do 2 things for me. If you're feeling supportive, hit subscribe. We have new videos out every Saturday for you guys. And tell me, what do you think of Dr. Stone? Have you watched it? Are you going to watch it? Have you read the manga? Tell me anything about Dr. Stone down below. With that being said, keep calm, geek on, and I will see you here next time.